Did you know that student athletes at any university, on average, bring in $22,000 of revenue for the school and don't get any compensation for it? Hi, my name is Chase Pirtle, and today I'm going to be talking about why NCAA athletes should be compensated based on the revenue that they bring in for the given school. My freshman year of college, I played baseball at Mars Hill University, which is a small Division II school in the NCAA. I also have two friends who play major Division I sports, one being football at the University of Wisconsin, the second one being basketball at Virginia Tech. When it comes to the audience, hopefully some of us are going to be going and moving on to a four-year university. When you do that, you will probably find yourself at your school's sporting event, any sport. When you do that, you pay for a ticket to go to the games. And doing that, you're paying money that goes to the school itself instead of the athletes who you're going there to watch. They are the local attraction, they are the main attraction, and they should be compensated for the sport. So today I'm going to be covering three things that have to do with why NCAA athletes should be paid. The first one is when athletes are being paid, it'll make them more motivated in their academic and athletic studies and in their performance. The second one, it can motivate kids who don't get out much or who play video games all day and just go to school, get outside and start working on a sport and hopefully trying to go to college so that they can enjoy this same thing too. The third one, it could boost athletic revenue at the small schools, like the school that I went to my freshman year of college. So for the first point, talking about why athletes need to be compensated because it can help their performance academically and athletically, being compensated will push them in both categories. They want to be on the field, they want to be on the court because they want to get paid, they want to bring in the revenue so they can be compensated. So when going into athletics, when they aren't performing well, they're going to have somebody playing in front of them. So they're not going to be compensated because no one's there watching them because they're not playing. They're going to want to be on the field or on the court. In the classroom, during the season in the NCAA, you have to keep a required GPA of a 2.3, which isn't much, but it still will help them from slacking off and not just doing it not for fun. And this being said, when they're being paid, that's going to make them work harder for their grades. And secondly, it's going to make them work harder on the field. Next, we're going to talk about how it can encourage kids to get off the couch and go outside and really work on it. According to the CDC.org, 18.5% of kids in America are obese. They suffer from obesity. Doing this can help motivate these kids to get off the couch and go outside, and because you have to be in shape when you play a sport. You have to be in the shape for whatever sport you want to play. So that's going to help those kids get off the couch, and that should help drop our obesity rate in America. Also, people who live in bad parts of our country that may encourage them to get out and go to college and get their degree instead of staying home and selling drugs or doing illegal things and even going to jail or being killed while doing some of these things. So in doing both of these, this can help any kind of bad part of our country. That'll help them sort of clean things up a bit. And secondly, it'll drop our obesity rate that we suffer from in America. Moving on to the third main point, revenue for the smaller NCAA schools will boost. This being said, when you talk about a small school, you don't see many people going to their events as you do, say, a football game at the University of Alabama or LSU. They're always packed at those kind of games. When you talk about a small NCAA school, you may find a couple of hundred people there at a game. So they're not bringing in a lot of money. That is because the more talented players, go to those bigger schools, and people want to watch the best talent. When there are kids who are being paid for a sport, this will bring in more competition. This will make the competition a lot better, whether it's Division I, Division II, or Division III in the NCAA, which will cause people who live locally around those colleges or even travel come and watch those games, and the sales for each sport will rise. And this will bring in more money for the school as well as bring in more students for schools that are small, and it can help them make more money. So in conclusion, I again believe that NCAA athletes should be compensated for playing and bringing in revenue for the school. That being for helping the student athlete academically and athletically, or helping kids who suffer from obesity or are just lazy and don't want to go outside, make them go outside, get kids out of bad parts of the neighborhood, and maybe even help clean out those bad parts of the neighborhood, and for bringing in revenue for schools that don't get much athletically. So I hope that you've learned something. I hope that this may have persuaded you, because right now they are not at all they're not even looking into something like this. It has been discussed, but it's not a big part of it, but I think it should be today. Thank you.